of like not wanting to focus on too many things at the same time.
Yeah, for sure,
like,
for sure. So I mean, simplify it for yourself. I'm just saying, if you wanted to, you could have just focused on sort of controlled coasting, right? Clutch. So it let me in, coast into that whole situation with control, with braking. What I mean. And to do it, we know that coasting is not the best thing ever. Okay, but in those situations, it's not the end of the world if you really didn't want it to. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going towards Heathrow, A4. We've done it yesterday, remember?
Yes. Yeah.
It's a bit busier today in the morning around here.
Yeah, much busier than yesterday.
Oh.
It's okay, it means I don't have to go too fast.
Yeah. Off the clutch, you get engine braking, there you go. I'll leave it to you, the roundabout.
Yeah.
I don't want to assist you in any way, shape or form. I need to do it on your own.
Am I going to A4?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Now, technically, it doesn't say it initially on this label, but it does pop up as A4 though,
A4,
yeah?
that's there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then I can...
You can change lanes, go ahead. Keep that right signal, there you go. That's it, well done. Now, you can say, well, Mohammed, you know what? I really knew that lane was going to become A4 anyway, so that's what I was trying to get into initially. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
As in the lane that you was going into, didn't initially say A4 on it. So we're like, okay, well, that's technically not the one that you should go into.
Yeah.
But later, do we know that, yes, it does actually become A4.
I was remembering, like, I feel like I'm like putting together different roundabouts that I've done, and
Okay.
like one where you don't go right into
Yeah,
the
sure,
center, and then one where you
sure.
do.
No worries. Most of the roundabouts in the test area, you've kind of got to change lanes to exit. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they don't spiral outwardly into
Yeah.
the exit. Yeah. Okay. So A4 towards Staines and Hounslow. Yep, keep that signal on, but don't lose speed. Remember we said speed is one that you want to generally maintain in order to change lanes. Not too bad there, well done. Try to avoid looking at your gear stick. So we'll go through some show me questions now, okay?
Yeah.
I won't make you do wash the windows necessarily. I don't think we should. I don't know if we should. I think maybe we should. I don't know. I don't want to be left with too much smear. But anyway, we can. Alright, anyway, let's start with it. Alright, when it's safe for you to do so, I would like to wash your rear window.
I can't remember how to
Yeah,
do
yeah,
that. I
you
think
do-
it's
you
push
do.
it back.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, good.
There you go. Yep. When it's safe for you to do so, I would like to wash your front window. Okay? When it's safe for you to do so, I would like to operate, and I'll make it a little bit challenging, your back right window. So you can do it now, it's up to you.
It's like especially safe now.
Yeah. That's it. Cool, that's fine. Okay. And it's safe for you to do so. I'd like to operate your dipped headlights. Is it gone green over there?
No.
Did you do one to the left?
Oh no, I just went to the right.
Yeah, dipped
There we
headlights,
go.
yeah?
Yeah.
Okay,
So then if I
yeah, go ahead.
then they're on auto
Yeah.
now.
Okay, good. Let's get those gears. What you probably could have done was gone to gear 3 first.
And then
Yeah, because that's that noise at the back of your mind
yeah.
is just gonna distract
Like
you.
adds a little bit of stress.
Yeah, it's
like,
gonna distract you. It's gonna distract you, and you think, oh my god, but dipped headlights, oh no, and it's just,
Yeah.
you know, as you said, it's gonna add a little bit more flavour to the moment.
Yeah.
Okay, so far we've done windows. In terms of show me, so far we've done washing rear and front window, and we've done the dipped headlights. Then you've got your rear demister, front demister, and the horn.
Yeah.
So when it's safe for you to do so, I would like to operate your horn.
Is it safe to
Yeah,
go
I mean,
like
there's
a
nothing that you're going to be really affected, because that bus is in front of you, a good distance, is going fast.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pay too much mind to your horn. Like, I wouldn't do it right as a pedestrian
No,
crossing, do you know what I mean, or something like that. Okay, and I'd like to put your rear demister on when it's safe for you to do so.
Now the demisters I can't really do without looking, so
Yeah, so off the gas, quick glance first, and then back on the gas, and then quick glance again, and then press it. There you go, yeah? So you don't have to do it the first glance.
Yeah.
Get the glance and see, oh, this is where it is, and then pinpoint it, and then a second glance, press it. But it's good for you to do so. Turn on the front demister. Good. Alright, now I'll let you focus on this because we're going to be turning into home base, which is the next set of traffic lights coming up. Sorry, what time was your test again?
12:28.
Okay, I'm back. 12:28. 12:28.
Very specific time.
Yeah. It usually is.
And so then it's 20 minutes independent driving, and then like the rest is driving around and maneuvers.
Okay. Yeah, 20 minutes of independent driving, one maneuver, possible emergency stop, and yeah, just general driving throughout. That's what it is. Alright, well, as soon as we're passing home base, it just only makes sense for us to just quickly practice the bay parking real quick.
Yeah.
Next left.
I was revising the references.
Okay.
So hopefully first time in.
Yeah. Okay, left again. Okay, let's take the next right, or follow it around to the right. And then just straighten up right in the middle section and stop anywhere right here. Okay, cool. I like to forward bay park in any of the bays on the right. Okay, take your time, don't rush.
So for forward, I want my shoulder to be about halfway through the bay in front, but I need to.
The bay before the bay that you want to go into, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I need to make myself parallel with these. So I'll go into the one on the end.
Okay.
Still a bit far away. Oh wait, stop. Do all my looks.
That's it. Good. I was going to criticise you for it afterwards. Remember, it's not going to appear in the mirrors yet because you're not deep into the bay yet.
Yeah.
So I would more so think about this from the visual sense. Just try go in now. Completely stop, then look at the mirrors once you stopped.
The moment you reverse, is it then like you haven't done it in one?
Yeah, but it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world if you don't do it in one. So
Yeah.
don't want you to stress yourself out about that.
There we go.
Finish with your wheel straight, wheel straight, and then make sure that your nose and your bum's not sticking out. I feel like maybe your
Think
nose.
my bum is sticking out.
Yeah, I think your nose needs to go forward more. Stop there. It's usually, you know, the gap between the bottom of your wing ring, that solid white line that proceeds in front of us, that divides the two bays from opposite sides.
Yeah.
There needs to be like a gap, like an inch, 2 inch gap.
Okay, I think it's probably a bit more.
Okay. It depends on individuals and how they sit as well, right? And how
Yeah.
they look at that. But yeah, roughly there should be like a sort of decent gap between the bottom, yeah. Okay, cool. You're in both sides. Cool. It was just one adjustment. Just ensure that your nose is not encroaching in the braze in front, as that, and that your bum's not necessarily it's too far out.
Yeah.
Here, there is no tip. There is no end tip, meaning it's like
Yeah.
scopy open tip. So it's like, okay, well, if it sticks out a little bit, whatever, because there's no solid white line stopping them. Does that make
Yeah.
sense? Yeah. So it's not the end of the world. Okay, feel free to have another go going forward in, or let's have a reverse go and we'll do some roundabouts and stuff as well.
Yeah.
Up to you.
Let's do
Reverse?
reverse.
Yep, so reverse your bum to the right. And remember, and well done for observations, is good. You was just about to do it without, but
Yeah.
then you remembered right at the time.
Oh, let me put my
Okay,
nose
yeah.
back up. That's what I need to get into my head as well. It's like,
There it is, back to normal.
yeah. Handbrake, neutral, mirrors.
Yeah, it's fine. Just go forward a little bit and then do reverse left onto one of these bases. Go forward. So you can get yourself parallel. Yep. Perfect. Cool. So, let's reverse left into one of these bases somewhere.
Right, so for this, it's gear stick in line with the third. So
Yeah,
I want to go,
exactly.
go forward a bit, get in line with that one. Right,
Best thing to do is lean forward, because I usually say, look, lean forward, and then whether it's whether it's in gear one or gear or neutral, just lean forward. Make sure it kind of looks lined up, and then you figure out from there. It should approximately take you into the center. If it doesn't, then maybe that means you've got to line up
Yeah.
differently, whatever it is. Anyway, I'll leave it to you anyway.
I'll do it that way, and yeah,
Yeah,
like
and
you
then
said, it's not the
yeah,
end of the world.
Yeah, if you have to adjust, yeah.
Yeah. Very wonky. Yeah, I'm not quite in on this side. But that's fine. We can take the hit. Oh, I'm really not straight now. Oh man, I'm just gonna keep it.
Take your time. Do it slower. Move your steering wheels incrementally slower. Just very small movements. Think about it, because you're steering a lot. You're steering a lot. Trust me, you're steering way too much. You're doing overcorrections twice now. Because you've overcorrected twice. Careful, careful. Don't let it go to the grid, okay?
Okay.
Just because they might get
Stop
scared.
on that
Yeah,
range.
yeah, yeah. Don't exactly. Engine on, off. Sorry. Right. So you're steering way too much to correct what you
Yeah.
think. Yeah. You overcompensated by thinking I've got to steer this much to the left to correct to get to the left.
Yeah.
You've got to. What I would suggest that you do is move the car and steer slowly, and keep on moving the car. Don't keep on steering as you're necessarily moving. You might not need that much of steering. It actually might
Yeah.
need you to just go that direction once you've held that for that much.
Yeah,
So
because I guess what I'm forgetting is that like even when the wheel's that much, the wheels are still turned that way.
Yeah,
so
so eventually it will still go that way,
Yeah.
but you're constantly steering, so you're adding
Yeah.
a lot more, and so therefore you're overly correcting.
Yeah.
You're close, you're not touching, but you want to make sure that you just want to be mindful of these things because otherwise you're making your life difficult. Yeah. Okay, feel free to have another go. Otherwise, let's get going because obviously we don't have too much time.
Yeah, I think let's get going.
Yeah. Okay.
'cause-
Cool. That's
yeah.
fine. We'll check out whatever we need to check out. We'll do some. I just want to make sure that you're okay with all your maneuvers because you mentioned it yesterday, so that's why
Yeah.
I'm going over it
I'm
with
like-
you now.
I feel like I know that I can do it. I know that I can do it with corrections.
Yeah.
And like I'm not gonna get. It will probably take us like another half hour for me to get to a place where I'm doing it first time. every
Yeah.
time,
That's
so-
fine. Look, what I'm saying to you is, we don't need to be a perfect driver. We don't need you to be the best driver. We want you to be a driver that's good enough with everything.
Yeah.
Meaning safe.
Yeah.
Safe. And if it means that, when it comes to parallel parking now or in the near future, that it takes you a few attempts for bay parking, it takes you a few attempts to
Yeah.
adjust, that's fine.
Yeah.
A lot of people, I'm telling you, probably about 80% of people have to readjust when they're doing it.
Yeah.
I readjust when I actually drive. Like,
Yeah.
as in, like, I go into Westfield Shopping Centre. I don't be like, one time I'm in, no, because especially I'm doing it between two cars. So I adjust. Does that make
Yeah.
sense? Everyone
Yeah.
adjusts. Adjusting is absolutely fine. It's actually more natural to adjust to do it in one way because it's all right. This guy's
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm trying to say to you. So it's
Good to know.
yeah. All right, let's get going.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. I think today I started today's time thinking we started from Kensington because when I set initially the time, yeah, so could have started a little bit earlier to be very honest. Because you're not far from Isleworth really.
Yeah.
Take the next right. I just realised that now. But I had an extra 20 minutes of practice. Take a left at the end of the road.
It's okay though. I do think like there's part of me that's just like I just need to do it now.
Yeah.
Um,
Whether that 20 minutes will do anything or not.
Yeah,
So it's just you doing it.
exactly.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with you. In a very nice way, I don't want to see you again, you know?
Yeah, I know, same. I'm very like I feel like I'm obviously nervous, but
Yeah.
I do feel kind of calm because I'm like, well, the worst thing that happens is like I fail and I have to do it again. Like it's not.
Look,
You know,
I'm
it's
more than
not the
happy to
worst.
help you, yeah?
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't know how realistic it would be for you, but I would even suggest that you do it with your mum's car or something, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You don't need to pay me all this monies. And if you feel confident, just do it in your mum's car.
Yeah.
You know, you can then even have a few more other attempts, you know what I'm trying to say, because
Yeah.
all the money that you're
Because
potentially saving.
I do feel now that it's like.
Yeah. I'm sure you've got relatively used to her car and you
Yeah.
understand that you know how to, you know.
Yeah.
So that's it. It's just you're taking your mum's car, you're taking it with everything that they ask you to take it with. I think they ask you to bring an additional mirror, but sometimes they do have mirrors themselves.
Like
This mirror,
okay.
and L plates at the front and the back, and that's pretty
Yeah.
much it. That's it. But the mirror stuff, they do have extra mirrors in their
Yeah.
office.
But yeah, I mean, obviously it'd be nice to just have it out of the way.
Yeah. So we got roughly about, let's just say another half an hour until we start our break period. Good to have a break beforehand.
Yeah.
Don't want to go in constantly driving through, you don't feel like energetic to go in. And I think most people appreciate the break. Some people I've never asked a person that was like, no, I don't want to break before the test. I said most people, they're like,
I think
they
it's
need
good
it.
to like clear your head a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, some people like snack, bananas, whatever it is, or take that time to maybe even go to the toilet. You can't turn right here, dude. No right turn.
Ahead only.
Dude, you messed up.
Fail.
Yeah, super. Careful not to lean too much into the bus lane. I appreciate that the bus is there. Oh, that's not a bus lane, cycle lane, sorry. So this cycle lane is new, I think, from what I remember. A lot of this stuff is new. You seem to have slowed down quite a lot there.
I did.
How come?
To be honest, I don't really know. I was just like thinking, oh, you should check your mirror before you go through this bit, and then.
Because that slow down is going to encourage those cars from the left to pull out on you.
Yeah.
And that won't be a good thing because you'd end up in a yellow box.
Yeah.
Okay, roundabout will go straight over. No, I mean in this situation, don't worry. It's more like you're queuing for. Your nose is already out, yeah? Yeah. So be careful. Once you're out like that, you really can't stay there. Okay, roundabout. It's straight. We could also consider it a right. So it's up to you. Give it a right signal. Interpretation of whether this is the right or straight. Look at the body language, look at the indicators. Is he indicating? That straight way you're clear, boom, he's going that way, my time to go. So the previous speed limit was 20, we're actually going into 30 now, yeah, okay.
Mirror checks.
Yeah.
We're going straight on?
Yep.
Got this done.
There was a mistake on the floor just now, I don't think you noticed, but on the floor it said 20.
Just before the 30?
Yeah, did you see it? On the floor it said 20. Now, at the other side is fine because you are going into 20. Yeah. But this side should have said 30. So they made a mistake there, and that could throw off students easily. So the Asda roundabout, because it's going to be coming out soon, it's called the London Road roundabout. We're going to go right third exit when we get there. Yeah, that was just a test just now. The red car on the opposite side. Lana car on the opposite side was their test.
God, sorry, again, I don't know why.
Yeah, you're doing it unnecessarily now, yeah?
Yeah.
It's causing you to jolt and engine brake unnecessarily.
Yeah. I'm overthinking everything.
Yeah.
thinking everything.
Yeah, don't. Just let it be natural. Come on. Gently off the clutch. Straight on. No, it's not the roundabout. Straight on at the traffic lights.
You see here, so is it actually two lanes?
Yeah, it's 2 lanes. That's coming up. But technically now you've got to cross it over into the cycle lane. There's 2 lanes coming up. Right, so it is nice and busy at the roundabout. I can see a queue of traffic coming up potentially. I think we could have waited a little bit before we entered here. Stop right here though, don't go any further forward. So we've got red light, we're at a solid white line underneath us, I believe.
Yeah.
So we're okay for where we are. There's a cycle space in front of us. I can't really see it.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, look like it.
Might be slightly over.
That guy potentially just failed the driving test, can you see?
The one coming.
Yeah, the Skoda. The one that just came in. He should have come in. The exit's not clear. He should have moved in. He should have just stayed at his green light at the back, over there.
And so I should wait here.
We're going to wait until we get that clarity. You can see it's moving now, so you can start rolling with them, yeah?
And then this is where we're going right.
Yeah, when we get to the roundabout, yeah? The guy behind you is on his phone, so be careful not to suddenly brake or anything like that, yeah?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Remember the road closure, here, lane closure here yesterday? It's a safe closure. What do you think they've done wrong?
They've blocked.
Yeah. Now in this situation, blocking that side road is wrong because why would you block it when there's an opportunity for cars to come out, right? You asked me the question about the roundabout earlier. Remember the roundabout? There was a roundabout, there's a side road leading up to the mini roundabout.
Yeah.
In that situation, it can't be helped because you want to flow with traffic, and so therefore it's so close. If you end up blocking, you know, it's not necessarily for, especially if the traffic's flowing.
Yeah.
And then you end up stopping because obviously the guy in front had to stop for their right. But if it's slow moving traffic, queuing traffic, and you know it's queuing traffic because you've been queuing in it for some time, and you're leading up to that mini roundabout, and maybe there's a potential opportunity not to block that side road, then
then don't do it.
Exactly. Yep, so she's got into 20. That glares quite a bit, man.
So
Yeah.
hard,
Okay,
so here, what are we doing?
Right, third exit. Yep, towards Staines.
Oh, I hate this roundabout.
This is the one that everyone really hates, to be very honest with you, and everyone hates this entrance into it.
Yeah.
It's all about confidence, trust yourself, don't doubt yourself. Confidence, don't doubt yourself. Oh, you're lucky there.
That was really lucky.
Yeah.
It's never been that easy. 1, 2,
second exit straight on at this roundabout.
Is this the one that's left only? But I'll find out once I get there.
Yeah, I'm not going to say nothing.
Split into 2 lanes.
I'm not going to say nothing. I'm going to let you figure out what you got to figure out.
I think I'm alright. And if it is left only, I'm going left.
Okay.
But I think it splits into 2 lanes
You
here.
make your decisions. I'm not sure. I am sure, but I'm just going to pretend I'm not sure.
I think this is the one that was on the video. I watched this morning. Yes.
Well done. Good. Yesterday there was cones here.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's good. They've
Yeah,
gone.
it's gone. Because we don't have too much time, we're going to slowly start heading back to the test centre after this roundabout. Okay, so the roundabout coming up. The next roundabout, I'd like to go right third exit towards Witten, please. Good. Hospital Bridge roundabout. So with this roundabout, if you was going to go left first exit, left lane. If you was going to go second exit straight on, again, it's middle lane as well, yeah? Just like the one that you did before.
Well, there's 3.
Yeah, and then right third exit, it's going to be right third exit. This one, we've done it yesterday. Is there anything that you're avoiding when you're going in?
The hatch.
Yeah, that's it. Those hatch markings,
yeah,
completely don't touch it, okay? It's potentially a fail in a driving test.
and then I
Yeah,
want to be in this
that's
left
it,
lane.
that's it, that's it.
And then, sorry, I've lost count. 1, 2, that exit, right?
Yeah,
So should I be indicating left?
yeah,
now?
yeah.
Then that one in front was in the wrong way?
Yeah, no, well,
No,
technically
just
they did
indicate.
cross over the hash marking, so they're okay to exit here if they came from another entrance.
Yeah.
Anyway, traffic light's going to go straight on. Yesterday we were turned right here, but we're going straight on. So they did cross over the hash markers, which they should have done, yeah?
Yeah.
But now the fact that they got there, both lanes do exit the same exit.
Yeah.
Yeah? Does that make sense? But technically they should have been behind us, not in front of us. If they did it correctly. Does that make sense?
Why are there hatch markings there? Just so that
I think it helps to spiral you outward to the exit properly. I don't know why there is honestly a hatch markings. I mean, both lanes, there could be no hatch markings and just still allow us to go over it and then go in and exit, and we'll exit and become the far right lane to exit. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But I don't know why. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Road planners, road planners. You know what I mean?
Who knows?
It's more so saying you cannot enter that. You should not be entering that lane from your entrance. It's the next entrance that can enter that lane. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
As far as I understand. Come to think about it, it does have a right arrow on that right lane. I don't know if I'm doubting myself now. Honestly, I am doubting myself now. Because I've always thought, more so, I think every time we've exited with students, someone's always exited with us from that right lane.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether it is officially right only. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's interesting, man. I'll have to go back and look at it because every time we've been there, someone's always exited with us on our right.
On the right,
yeah.
It's easier to get into that right lane. Like it feels when you're coming from our entrance.
Yeah. It feels a little bit more natural. It does. You're right. It feels a lot more natural to be in our right lane.
Are we going any left?
We're gonna go right. I'm just trying to picture what it said on the foot. It said it had a right arrow.
I think it has like on and right.
Is it straight and right? Was it straight and right or was it just right?
I think, but I'm also doubting myself now.
Yeah. Because I'm starting to doubt like whether that right lane does exit at the exit that we took.
Yeah.
But what we do is absolutely fine. That's what we need to do, right?
Yeah. Just focus on that.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not saying nothing. I don't want to say nothing. I want to see what you do on your own. I don't want to influence you too much. Can you overtake on the zigzag area? Careful. No. So be careful because your fingers are still sort of in that position to. I don't know whether you was considering at all in your mind to overtake her at the zigzag area.
I was back there.
You can't. You can't overtake on the zigzag area, the zebra crossing. Yeah. Right, twicking him. You see it?
No.
This side? Okay, straight on. It's right. Straight on second exit.
I feel like that's also where I'll struggle is if I have to do following signs, but we'll jump that hurdle. When we get to it. I think if I know that I have to be following signs, then I'll be a lot more
vigilant to
Yeah.
look out for stuff. Come on, don't doubt. That mean he's not indicating. That mean his body language is not looking like they're coming towards
Yeah.
us. Yeah. So just be prompt in that. Okay, this is my opportunity. I'm gonna go. Go for it. Don't doubt. So let's take the second left. Roundabout right, then immediate left. Okay, let's do the second right, that's number 1. Roundabout, you're gonna go right, third exit.
Is this a mini still?
No. Next left.
That one's a mini.
Yeah, that's a mini left at the roundabout, sorry. Remember, they will ask you to practice, well not practice, but they'll ask you to pull up and pull off
Yeah.
from the left. Just be careful, stop a good distance between yourself and the curb. And then,
Choose a good spot.
yeah, choose a good spot. So if they say you can block a driveway, that's fine.
Yeah.
If they don't, then make sure you're not blocking the driveway against
Okay.
the curb, etc. Yeah, a lot of people practice in the area. They may even live in the area. They're just learning to drive.
That must be really annoying for the people who do live around here.
Yeah, I think some people just get used to the fact that there's learners and they just accept it. They've got to learn somewhere, right?
Yeah.
You've got to learn somewhere.
Everyone's been on it on that one.
Yeah. So I think in that situation you should have
I
stopped.
should have stopped.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're more distracted with oncoming cars maybe, I'm not too sure. I don't know what you're prioritising, but it should have been that silly man there, yeah?
Yeah.
sure if you ever did the old test centre. The old test centre is just here on the right.
No,
No.
I didn't.
Okay.
That.
Yeah.
Very nice building.
Yeah, it was right in there. Trust me, it didn't even look nice back in the day. It looked really like run down.
Yeah.
Yeah, even like when you go into it, like everyone's like, hold on, are you sure this is the test centre? Yeah. Alright, roundabout will turn right. Go over the roundabout. Don't let that be the case why you nearly hit the curb. Yeah?
Yeah.
If you really need to have the right two wheels touch the roundabout, go ahead, touch it. I think you like stopped steering for a second or something happened there. Something just led you to just
I was trying to avoid it.
Yeah. It's good. I mean, that's fine. But find that balance of like, make sure that you're not getting down the nerves like, oh, are you going to go hit the curb? Alright, we can't technically go in yet, so what we'll do, we're going to park outside like we have done before.
Yeah.
And then just 10 minutes before we can go in, we're going to go in. And then park inside. Oof. Failing test?
For me?
For them?
For them, yes.
Yeah.
They didn't even indicate.
No, zero indication. Zero indication. Right, you know what, pull up on the left over here. Mirror signal, pull up. Lovely empty space. We don't have to go squeeze ourselves over there. Stop right here. That way you got a lovely space to just
I think
go.
I'm a bit over the line.
Don't worry, go more to the left then. Go more to the left.
Shall I reverse?
No, go more left, it's fine. Steer right. And just go forward. Stay a bit more right. There you go, stop there. Cool. Perfect. Handbrake on, put yourself in neutral, relax your feet, engine off. Okay, so we've gone through the show me questions, okay? Tell me questions, let's go for them now.
Yeah.
Could you please tell me how you know your tyre is, or can you please tell me what the legal requirement of your tyre to be roadworthy?
It's, the tread needs to be no less than 1.6 millimetres within the central 3/4 of the tyre.
Yeah.
And no scratches or bulges on the outside.
Okay, could you please tell me where would you find your tyre pressure information for your vehicle?
It will be in the vehicle handbook or in the door pillar sometimes.
Okay, cool. Could you please tell me when would you check your tyre pressure?
When you check it?
Yeah.
For a long drive?
When? So mainly when the tyres are cold, yeah?
Okay.
Because that's they tell you exact pressure time, yeah? When it's
okay,
hot,
so you wouldn't want to do it after
inflated,
you've driven.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I see what you mean.
Okay, so anyway, I use a reliable pressure gauge, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, could you please tell me where should your head restraint be and how do you adjust it?
The rigid part
Yeah.
should be in line with my eyes, the top of my ears, and as close to my head as possible.
Cool.
As comfortable.
Yep.
Is it within... What do they mean by the rigid part?
The thickest part needs to be in line on top of your ears, so basically right now it's too high. So adjust your, adjust it down. All the way down, I think, for you. All the way down, there you go, that's it. So I think right now, if I look, yeah, the thickest, when you just did that with your hand, lined up with the thickest part of the head restraint. So therefore there's more cushioning, does that make sense?
Yeah.
When your head hits back, if ever. Okay, cool. Could you please tell me how you know that your ABS is working?
So, if the ABS is not working, then the engine light will light up, which is ABS in brackets.
Yeah.
So if it is working, that light isn't on.
Good. Could you please?
Or it goes off.
Yeah, it disappears, exactly. Could you please tell me how would you check that power steering is working?
So I'd put a little bit of pressure on the wheel,
Yeah.
then turn the ignition on.
Yeah.
And I should feel a little movement, which means it's working.
Yeah.
Or when I'm driving, it should feel light and not heavy.
Cool. Could you please tell me how would you check that your brake lights are working, and I would be able to assist you with this?
So I would have the engine on or ignition on, touch the foot brake,
Yeah.
and ask you to walk around and have a look.
Yep.
Or they could look in reflections.
Reflections, perfect, thank you. Could you please tell me how would you check that your foot brake is working? Your foot brake is working.
So drive forward a little bit very slowly and pad the brake, and it shouldn't feel slack or spongy, and the car shouldn't be pulled either side.
Okay. All right. Cool. Could you please tell me when would you put your fog lights on and how do you put them on?
So I put them on if I can't see more than 100 meters.
Yeah.
And to put them on, there's two buttons here.
Yeah.
So there's.
But it's basically dipped first.
Oh, okay.
And then those two buttons, yeah?
Yeah, so dipped, headlights on.
And the front is the top, the bottom is the rear.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Alright, so we've got okay, indicator lights. Could you tell me how you check your indicator lights are working?
Yeah, I'd put the hazard lights on,
yeah.
So they all flash, and
yeah.
then I'd walk around the car and check that all. Do you have six? Do you have them on the wind mirror as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. That they're all flashing.
Okay, your main beams. I don't know if that's a question that they ask you. How do you turn it on? But basically, to turn the main beams on, is you dip the headlights and then you push it away. Okay. I think that's all the questions for in the car. To be honest with you, there's no other questions in the car.
Yeah.
As far as I remember. Okay, so let's just quickly jump out. Just check underneath the bonnet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just so you can get a nice fresh reminder. Be careful when you jump out. It's a bit of a busy road. Okay, so you go ahead and open it. I haven't opened it. Pull it twice. You did?
There we go.
Twice. Try it. Everything needs to be between minimum and max. Okay, everything. Apart from the one. We don't really care. Can't count. Can't count. Because there's no payment on there. And so therefore what you've got to do is realistically, it's not the end of the world. It's count. We're going to need to double check. Let's go now. Yeah, that's it. Cool, let's get inside.
And then wipers
Yes.
are on auto, is that right? Or
No, so the wipers, yeah, you've got to turn up on
just put it
yourself,
up
yeah?
one?
Yeah, so let's quickly
And
go
then
over it.
change the thing like that.
Yeah, so basically, just press the car on the button. Yeah, and then let's start with the back wiper. So put the back wiper on the only intermittent setting it has. Good. It'll go intermittently.
Yeah.
Go the back wiper up again. Constant. Yeah. So back down to 2. Sorry, back down 2 is basically well, back down 1 is intermittent. Back again down is 0. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what you can do, it's up to you. I mean, it kind of starts to drizzle a little bit. It's okay if you want to leave it on the intermittent. If it's up to you. We don't want rubber screeching. That's something that they're going to find annoying. So maybe
Yeah.
turn it off. Yeah. You got to play around with it though. Okay.
Until we need it.
Yeah. Okay. Let's turn the front wiper on. Play around with intermittency.
Okay, so intermittency is this.
Nah, that's the only one. The only one up
okay.
is the intermittent
And then
stage,
this
and
is
that can be
power.
increased. The intermittency will be increased.
Yeah.
But it's not constant.
No.
Now get the wipers on a constant. Good. Only one constant level.
Yeah.
Let's go fast. That's it. So you see, and then to turn it all off, just go. Yep, one more.
Often.
One more again.
Intermittent.
Off. And then if you want just one burst, just one down,
Ah, okay, yeah.
and it springs back.
Yeah.
You cool with that?
Yeah.
Everything else, it's basically fan. If you need fan, okay, you know the fan,
Yeah.
and you know the temperature, okay.
So what's just with the headlights? So they're on auto now,
Yep.
and then the one left is
Dipped.
dipped.
One left again,
Is
parking,
that parking lights?
and then one left is 0.
Okay.
Other than that, that's nothing else you need to really stress about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all good. Just got these fan.
Yeah.
If we steam up, I'll just put the
I'm
fan
gonna leave
up.
it on sort of 2 for you with temperature 19,
Yeah.
and if it does steam up, just add more of the fan if you want, okay.
And demist.
Or yeah, so obviously you know how to demist anyway. It's already naturally there, so you just on your feet and you're there. So if the guy feels a little bit cold, there's a little bit of heat coming in. Maybe
Yeah.
put a 19.5
And
or
then
whatever. That's the front heater
yeah.
for the heat in the little window. Okay,
So when they say, can you operate your front demister?
just the fan's fine.
I should
You don't have to
okay.
worry about that because not all cars have that. This is like just
Yeah.
because it's a fancy car.
Yeah.
Okay, not all cars have these max buttons either. Okay,
Yeah.
not necessarily. Yeah. So it's just because it's a nice car, that's why it has all that stuff.
Yeah.
You're already using your automated handbrake, so realistically, just carry on doing what you're doing with the automated handbrake.
Yeah.
Just brake. If you brake, green A comes on. Green A will stay on.
Yeah. If
unless-
I do both, sometimes I do that just to
absolutely
make
fine.
sure.
Absolutely fine.
Okay.
Absolutely fine.
Good. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Should I turn the engine off?
Yeah. Go ahead. Just be positive, confident. Honestly, like there's nothing you can do more. You know, one thing I really want you to do is just make sure you're preparing for everything. Like for example, you stopped. Sometimes you just take a little moment to stay in the gear that you're on to go to getting back to one.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes are those moments where she's just remembering to go back to one.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so those moments there, I worry for you because you didn't quickly see an opportunity. Oh, I can go, but then you haven't gone back to one.
Yeah. Do it straight away.
Just do it straight away.
Yeah.
That way you don't have to, get yourself into those potential situations.
Yeah.
And then don't doubt. If someone looks like they're not entering the roundabout or they clearly were indicating somewhere else, whether you've poked in, if you've poked in, you should be ready going.
Yeah.
Right? Realistically, as long
Yeah.
as it's safe for you to carry on, just get going. But don't doubt, because those opportunities are ones that you want to take.
Yeah.
Especially if it starts to get busy, because lunchtime it can get busy. I mean, it's quiet now, as you can see. Apart from the queuing because of the temporary traffic light, it was relatively clear when you entered the roundabout. You remember that the challenging one. So we've got nothing to worry about really, man.
No. I just hope I have a nice examiner.
Yeah, I hope so too. I mean, it's a mixed bunch in there, to be very honest.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that have come in that I don't know. Maybe they're coming from other test centres, but I don't know who they are. I see new faces in there all the time. New faces all the time. Any last questions?
No, I don't think so.
No?
Yeah.
Alright.
What is this button here with the window with the cross through it?
Basically just a child lock window in it.
Oh, okay.
No one can.
So they can't do it from the back.
The back, no one can. Yeah.
which is worse, the bright sun or the rain? Probably the sun.
Yeah, I guess you can say the sun,
Pointless.
the glare really can really throw you off.
Yeah.
I like coming to you just now, like before I turned into your road, the glare was really bad.
Yeah.
Like it was really glorious. Like I had to sort of really squint and go drive slowly for a moment or two.
I feel really sleepy now.
Is it wrong time to feel
I
sleepy?
know. I feel like I was just concentrating, and now I'm like, relax, relax.
Okay, a few more minutes and we go in. I'm not going to try to get you to park, meaning because we don't want to disrupt other learners, and they already asked the examiners to drive in, as in instructors to drive in ourselves. I'm just going to quickly direct you, okay? As in, like, stop there, turn, whatever. So don't worry too much about trying to park. I'm just going to help you by verbally telling you what to do, okay? When we go in. But then obviously once you're in, you're in. So. I think the test center, the centers are now open as well. So I think we're okay to actually go inside the centres because since the start of the pandemic, when the first lockdown ended, all centres were closed.
Yeah.
You can go to use the loo.
Yeah.
You need to use the loo?
I will need to, yeah.
Okay, that's fine. They will allow you to use the loo. But I'm hoping that we can all just go in and wait inside the flipping.
So then if you can't wait inside, do you want to come, will you come in the car?
No, that's okay. I'll stand somewhere where I'm not under the rain or something like that.
You can come in the car if you want.
I don't want to be extra pressure. Me coming into the car is always extra pressure. Without the students, even the students, I beg you to come. No one's begged me to come. But it's actually more pressure.
Yeah.
There's a lot more pressure. Oh, Mohammed might have said this, or you shouldn't be thinking about me in that way, in that sense. Like, you should just think about what you got to do, right? I should have done this, and now Mohammed's saying this, or Mohammed's saying that. Maybe that's what you're thinking. Maybe some of the people thinking like that, because the thought can come up.
Yeah.
Oh, he told me not to do this here, and I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And then you got
You'll be
added.
disappointed.
Yeah. So it's like, it's not that you're trying to disappoint me. It's
Yeah.
just more so like you shouldn't be thinking about me in that way. Just get yourself sorted. Yeah, think about me in a good way.
Yeah.
The helpful reminders and stuff like that. About when you start contemplating on mistakes, you're now going somewhere else.
Yeah. I remember the 40 minutes going quite quickly last time.
Yeah, they do. They go really quickly. This is your second attempt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a year ago I did my test.
Okay.
And yeah, I think I started having lessons with you in like January or February 2019.
Yeah,
so
something
it's
like
been
that.
nearly 2 years,
2 years,
that I've
yeah.
been driving.
Do you know what? This year, majority of the year, no one's done nothing really. Basically, I think I stopped doing lessons in March, technically, because of I was going away as well. So I was meant to go away at the beginning of the pandemic, so I had a holiday booked for Morocco. But then obviously the news came that okay, now this is happening, lockdown, blah blah blah. So we ended up going. So I think I stopped working mid-March or something like that. and then I only returned back to work at the end of something. When was the first lockdown ended?
Was it the end of
It was
it was
something
like
July.
June or July,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think I started back at the end of July or beginning of August.
Yeah.
Just make because I didn't want to rush in because I still live with my father. He's elderly and whatnot, so I
Yeah.
wanted to make sure that I get everything right and stuff like that. But yeah, so even now I'm still taking because I'm a risk myself because I'm like high risk diabetes type 2.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to also control the level of work that I'm doing.
Yeah, that's the really hard thing. It's like when you don't have a choice.
Yeah.
It's like you can't work from home.
Yeah. I can't work from home, and so I'm trying to make sure I cut down on lessons, which also it impacts me because of finances. You know what I'm trying to say to you? So it's hard. And plus my dad, so I look after my dad and I live with my dad, so it's double whammy.
Yeah.
And I've got a family and kids, so triple whammy. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
It's tough, isn't it? It's tough. It's tough. It's been tough. It's been tough.
Yeah, and I guess they haven't really.
Yeah, I mean,
They haven't done much.
there hasn't been a strong hold on this pandemic at the moment, right? So I don't know, man. We'll see what happens, isn't it? All right, let's get going. Turn the car on. Set your wipers now. So set it on the intermittent now, the back one as well. Yeah, and then do high intermittency for the front one, all the way to the high. That's it. Good. Leave it there, and use it as the current foundation, and work from that.
Turn it down.
Yeah, turn it up or down from there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get going.
I guess I should start that
Yeah.
side. Straight over?
Yep. Take. I don't know what I'm saying, man. Take the next right, yeah. Probably thinking about something else. I don't know what I'm saying. You're good. Come on, don't be down. That's it. Cool. Take the next right. Take it slow. I wouldn't change. Just focus because you've got to go around this parked vehicle. And you've got to avoid going into the opposite side. Signal now, look in, turn, take your time. Can you see any examiners in any of these cars? I don't see any examiners. I can't really see properly. No?
I can't really
Passenger
see.
size on the white car that's sat there?
Yeah, there is someone on the passenger side.
But it's not examiner looking? They don't got a high-vis vest?
No.
No, I think it's just the learners then. Alright. Alright, let's start to stream forward a touch now. That's it. Keep on streaming forward. That's it. Keep on going. Give me some bit more time. Yep. Cool. Let's get going. Because I don't want to wait too long. And then just center yourself a little bit to the right. A bit more. Alright. And stop right there. Reverse gear. Full rocket to the right.
We're going next to the mini.
Yeah, right into the mini. And then take your time, lift the clutch. And then have a look at your right door mirror. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Unwind it. Unwind all the way completely. Okay. Now, as you got steer a little to the left. Are you close to the mini?
I'm close. I think I'm slightly over the lines on this
Okay.
side.
Stay left, but make sure you're not hitting that. You don't swing into the nose. Yeah. Alright, so just keep on steering. Stay a bit more to the left. Stay right, 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 right. Don't stay no more to the right. Straighten your wheel for a second. Straighten your wheel. The other way. The other way. Okay. Keep on going. Stay right, 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 right. Straighten up. Go forward and then you adjust properly. Yeah. So go forward and then you adjust accordingly. Yeah. Because we want to give them a bit more open, because the examiner's going to jump in their side, yeah?
Yeah.
On this side, so a bit more to the left as you go back, maybe. And I'll leave it to you. Yeah, feel free to get closer to this left as much as you want. I don't think there's going to be anyone parking between us. Yeah, straighten up now. Straighten the wheel. The other way. Do you remember the trick?
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you go all the way around.
Yeah, cool. Handbrake on anyway, neutral. Cool. Just leave your window just like not so cracked, but just like cracked that much, so the rain doesn't come in. A bit more. Yeah, yeah. Cracked.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's fine. And then obviously when you get in, they're going to request that you're going to crack it more, etc. I'll give you the key from now.
Yeah, so I don't need to do anything with the key.
No, you just put it right here, yeah? You know, adjust your mirror back to normal.
Oh my god, that's so nice. Oh, that's really going to be my downfall. No, it's not.
Nah, you can adjust it. I've had students come back to the bloody test centre with the mirrors down, completely down, and I've not just adjusted it, and they stayed down for the half of the lesson, half of the test. How on earth do you do that? Yeah, what I'm trying to say to you, but the argument is, they can't prove that that's not the way you want it to be.
Yeah,
That
but that's a good view for you.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's jump out. Well done. Congratulations to you.
Oh, thank you. My God.
How did it go?
Yeah, it went well.
Yeah?
Well, yeah, there was a few bits where I wasn't sure. Like I nearly ran a red light.
Really?
It was it went orange as I was on the line, and I just went. But I was like, oh my God, it was that. But
That
he
moment
didn't mention it.
Yeah, okay.
Minor, because I didn't go on the hatched lines on that roundabout.
Okay. So you minor for not going on it?
Yeah. So he was like that was
Wow,
lane discipline.
I'm in two minds about it now then.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So he said that the lines are there to stop people going ahead from going there. Which doesn't really make sense. Either way, it's not clear.
What? Really?
Yeah.
So I've completely misunderstood it.
And so then he was like, you were indicating right, but then you veered into the left lane, so that's lane discipline. So I guess maybe if I'd been indicating right and then quickly indicated left to change and then right again, maybe that would be okay.
Hold on. So he's basically complaining that you didn't go into the hatch markings?
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'm going to ask somebody that I know that does this test centre area as well.
Yeah.
I'll ask him. Are you sure that's what he said?
Yeah, because I was like, when he was saying it, I was like, no, really?
Really?
Because he was like, oh, were you scared to go on the white lines? And I was like,
But it's hatch
I didn't
markings.
think you're allowed to.
You only go in there when it's safe and necessary. Necessary.
Yeah.
So he said, yeah. So what else was the other conversation after that?
And then the second, so it was 2 minors, that, and the second one I stalled just as I was coming onto a roundabout, small mini roundabout.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So you got onto the lane that we said go onto.
Yeah.
And he was marked down a minor for lane discipline.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Just minor though, so that's fine.
Yeah, but still though, I mean, that's frustrating because
weird,
I'm
though,
sure I heard it the other way around.
Yeah.
I'm sure I heard it the other way from examiners, like, no, those hatch markings, you're not supposed to go in it. Oh my God, I don't know, man. You know how you just know.
Yeah.
Someone just
maybe it's one of those things where it depends on the examiner.
Interpretation,
Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping it's not because, oh my God, we need a clear understanding now.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm happy that my advice hasn't failed you. That's what I'm happy about. Because I would have felt terrible if that was the case.
I mean, to be
you can
honest,
see the palaver though. I mean, do you go in it or do you don't go in it?
I would have thought what you said was right anyway. So
but
if I was
that's the
judging
general
it myself,
rule.
that's what
Hatch
I would have
markings, you only go in it when it's safe, necessary.
Yeah.
I mean, mate, I don't know. I mean, is it necessary for us to be in that lane to exit that roundabout?
Yeah.
We can exit from the left lane, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Because the middle lane's dedicated to go straight on from the left side, right?
Yeah.
So you're not affecting anyone by going into that lane. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
It don't make sense to me. I feel like that's a very ambiguous, because I'm sure I heard it the other way. No, I'm sure I heard it the other way around. I've had students tell me, the examiner, I can't, well, not my students, I don't know, but I'm sure I heard it the other way around.
But also, why have them at all if you can go in it? Just
give us the markings. Just take off the markings. Give us the clear lane.
Yeah.
That's so frustrating, because that really is frustrating now. Because I don't know how to teach that now.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to come back to Isleworth, and what am I going to say? Oh, you should.
I don't know which way around it is. Yeah.
I'm gonna. You know what? Next time, I'm gonna actually ask the examiners. I wish you told me earlier. I would have asked that guy right now.
Yeah.
It's cool. Don't worry, it's not your fault. To be honest with you, I didn't realise that was the case. I thought it was completely the other way around.
Yeah.
But anyway, so sat-nav was okay?
Sat-nav was fine. It was quite an easy route. We just did that roundabout. We did the one with no what they called lights.
Yeah.
But it was straight on, so I just stayed in the left lane, and that was quite easy. It wasn't too busy. Did reversing 2 car lengths.
You did the London Road roundabout? The one that has the one?
I don't think we did.
No?
Maybe we did. I can't remember now.
No?
Can't remember.
You definitely did.
We did that London
Twickenham?
Road junction where I stalled before.
Oh,
we did that.
okay.
Going right.
So you must have come to as the roundabout then.
Yeah.
You must have.
Yeah,
you probably went
actually,
second
we
exit
did.
straight
We
on.
did. I remember because we went past the
Second exit straight on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you went second exit straight on. Then you got to that point where you took a right.
Yeah.
Then you got to the roundabout. And you took a left. Then you got to the the hospital roundabout where you took a right third exit.
Yeah.
I know that just the way the route is played out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't have to parallel park. Just was pulled over on the left a few times, pulled over on the right, did a reverse.
Yeah.
And then
Sounds like an easy test.
Yeah, it was actually.
Do you know how many miles he told you got?
2.
2. That's all right, you know.
Yeah.
This is my one fault, yeah.
Yeah, it would have been 1.
Just my one fault. Do you know what? Honestly, I'm sure. Honestly, I'm like 80% sure it's the other way around.
Yeah.
I'm 80% sure it's the other way around. But he's put a big spanner on my works right now, and I'm just in. I don't know if one of my students failed for doing the other way round.
Yeah.
I just can't remember because it's like I've been here. I've been teaching 6 years.
Yeah.
And this has always been one of my centres.
Yeah.
Like from the early day, like actually, to be honest with you, this was my first actual test centre that I sort of memorised and sort of got to know and whatever. Because the first ever guy that passed with me when I was with Red Driving School was this is the test centre. So I tried to memorise like a couple of routes with him.
Yeah.
And so, anyway, I've been sort of learning the area since then, basically. I mean, I don't know any other test centres, but it's an alright area to drive around. Yeah, relatively it's okay, you know. It's just those roundabouts when they're busy, just entering is where. Do you know what? Honestly, I've had a lot of students fail just with that as the roundabout. Yeah. That one as the roundabout, I think you failed you failed anyway. So it's just a very common mistake that a lot of students make at that same roundabout.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm glad for you, man. Well done. Congratulations. You got it, over with.
It's a relief.
Yeah, it's a super relief. Am I going the right way?
I have no idea where we are.
Okay, I know I'm going.
I don't recognise.
Yeah, it's okay. I think I know what to do. I have to take a left and take a right. Sorry, I was just distracted talking to you about this because I'm a bit peed off. I'm a bit peed off about that roundabout because it's thrown a big spanner in my works. I think so. How do we teach it?
Yeah. How do you?
It's cool though. It's cool. I'll go this way. I'll figure it out. Yeah. I would love for you to leave a review for me.
Oh, of course.
I'll send you the links later.
Yeah.
Stuff like that really helps. Yeah, I appreciate that if you can.
Thank you so much. You've been such a good instructor.
It's a pleasure. It's been a pleasure, man. Honestly.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I don't have horrible students to teach. With all honesty, everyone's genuinely cool and chill.
Yeah.
And I think in the beginning of when I was becoming a driving instructor, or as I was sort of training to become one, and I recently became one type of thing, I had odd characters that. You gotta be professional. That's basically. You gotta be like, there's no okay, you can sort of crack jokes and stuff like that. Yeah, because exactly, right? You're spending like 30, 40 hours, even more, depending on people. Trying to say to you. So you've got to at least feel like you can talk to the person. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, that was like one of the things I was really worried about when I was looking for instructors. I was like, what if you don't get on?
Yeah.
Now I know people who've had instructors who've just been kind of mean and made them feel bad about themselves.
Just now, as I was coming at the test centre, the lady who brought her partner, so they're using their own car basically. She was talking about how she passed at Isleworth as well, and one thing that stands out, apart from her lessons being generally okay with her instructor, one thing that she generally remembers is her crying for being told off at one of the roundabouts. So she was crying in the middle of the roundabout or something like that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, just now. So yeah, it's just like I understand what you mean.
Yeah, I think it's so stressful.
Sometimes it's hard to just change the instructor because you've gone so far type of thing. It's like, do I really want to go through another whole journey with somebody else new, trying to get to know them, blah blah blah.
And it knocks your confidence.
Yeah, so it's like I understand when people don't feel like they can change because it's like, okay, now I've started, let me just try to do it. And it was a bit like one of my other students who I'm not going to necessarily name, but her instructor used to leave Vaseline tissues everywhere.
Oh.
Yeah. So I don't know, like it's like, so I don't know what he would do with the Vaseline or something like that. And there's like Vaseline tissues everywhere. And when I heard that, I was like, oh my god, how do you sit in the car?
Oh,
And the poor her, I think she was like, nah, I've started it, I've just got to be strong about it and get going.
yeah,
You know?
like just push through.
Yeah, push through basically.
Yeah, no, it makes such a big difference having a good instructor. Yeah. And that examiner was nice too.
Yeah, he seems quite chill. I think
Yeah.
he's changed his hair colour. I think I know who he is.
It's
Or
called Aziz.
yeah. It's either hit because there's two guys. I think from the same region where I think he's from. So he looks exactly like the other guy. He might be Aziz because he's changed his hair colour.
Yeah.
I think it is him.
He said he was
Instructor. Was he an instructor to say anything about?
Uh,
The guy that I'm
maybe
thinking about.
he said he was like he'd been like volunteering to do the like key worker tests, driving tests through the
Like the
lockdown.
pandemic. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But are some of the examiners instructors as well?
No, so basically, some instructors are instructors, but then choose to change the career path and become driving examiners. And so I'm not saying all the examiners were previously. Some people never, were instructors before. Some people actually, like there used to be an instructor, an examiner there, was a policeman.
Oh.
Yeah. So, but I don't know if he's still there now. I think I've seen him last time. I did see him last time. But yeah, he was a policeman. So the people come from different backgrounds basically.
Yeah.
They're not necessarily. You don't necessarily need to be a driving instructor.
Yeah.
Be an examiner.
Oh, another thing that happened actually, we were behind a bin lorry.
Yeah.
And they like pulled over, or they were kind of like, when they're just moving really slowly forwards, and they'd stopped.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'll just wait behind them.
Yeah.
And then when they stopped, I would like waited a little bit, and he was like, we should go around.
Yeah.
So then I like went around, and I was like, oh, is that bad that he had to tell me to do that? But then he didn't say that was.
Yeah,
fault,
I mean, look,
so.
I'll tell you what it is. They shouldn't be telling you anything, right?
Yeah.
In a technical sense, anything.
Yeah.
But ultimately, stuff like that, it's not the end of the world that they've told you to go around it.
Yeah.
It's just more so they just want you to get going, get on the route, stick to the time limit.
Yeah.
We've got other tests to do.
Yeah.
So if I sort of slightly prompt you about just going around this vehicle, do so. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's okay, and stuff like that does happen quite often.
Yeah.
Because they just wanted to stick to the route. But obviously, if it was like quite busy with traffic behind you, traffic in front of you, behind the truck on the opposite side, I guess he wouldn't say nothing. He would let you sort of deal with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say to you?
It was like very clear on the other side of the road, and like
yeah, so he would have interacted with you